Yes, I hear, I see, I get messages.
You found out that you could whisper to the divine.
The divine whispers to us, the divine talks to us.
If I want to feel full within me, how can I?
That is a process, and you have to practice that process. It's not an overnight journey.
If a person is declared dead and then is alive after few minutes, हिंदू में ऐसे बोलते हैं कि यमराज said that we took a wrong person.
I think your time comes and you go.
Welcome to Dopamine. Hi.
Thank you so much.
It is lovely to have you here. I've heard so much about you, and today we're going to talk all things healing, soul connection, astral world. So, could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay, I'm Dimple Anil, born and brought up in Jammu. I did my 3 masters. Then I was working as a teacher. I started my career in my alma mater school, Presentation Convent, St. Mary's. Then, of course, I upgraded myself to being the principal with the Indian Army. Then I was principal with the Birlas, then with the Australians.
Amazing.
Yeah. Then I went to CBSE as a senior consultant. So all through my career, I have been into the field of education. Education actually means administrating or administration of the mind of the people you are working with.
Agreed.
Right? So that has been my journey.
From education to healing people, how did this come in place?
Saisha, actually what happened was healing was never my domain. By default, as I said, in the field of education, you are a healer because you are dealing with staff, children, parents. You have 3 verticals. And I always believed that until and unless the 3 angles, parent, teacher, and the child, get into sync, they can never be wholesome. So that was my bottom line as long as I was a teacher or as a principal. Gradually, I would not like to call myself a healer first.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we all can heal ourselves. We all have the potential. We all have the capacity. Only thing is, we just have to be finely tuned to the divinity that is around us. The divine whispers to us. The divine talks to us. Once we are on the frequency of the divine, we all are our own healers.
So, can you talk about your journey, how you found out that you could whisper to the divine?
I was 13. I'm now 65. I remember it was in 73. I'm 60 born. We had gone to our grandmother's house, Nani Ma's house. You know how it is. It's a trend in summer break. You are off to your Nani Ma's house. She used to stay in Panipat. So it was the month of June. I clearly remember the temperatures were high, 45 degrees, all of us sleeping after a good lunch. And I am woken up by somebody who is as live as my Nanima or my elder sister or my other brothers and sisters who were there. And she just gestures me to come to another room. I go and she takes me to a storeroom which is there in my Nanima's house in Panipat. She says there's a big jar of आम का अचार, उसमें मिर्ची है, उसमें करेला है, उसमें चना है, and your Nani Ma has kept it hidden from you, lest you children put your wet hands and spoil it. And that storeroom was locked. So this happened, and I just nodded. And Saisha, I saw her lift and vanish into thin air.
Okay.
I never knew what has happened. I was just 13. And I remember we used to read Enid Blyton books at that time, and we were all involved in our holidays homework, and it was all khana, pina, and masti. Then the routine was to have mango shake in the evenings. At that time, the mixie jars were very simple. You people must have not even seen. Just a jar and a mixie. I still remember it was yellow and red. So mango shake was made, and my Nani Ma called all of us. She gave us. And I told my Nani Ma, I said, in Punjabi, I said, मैं गुस्से हाँ तुहाडे नाल. I'm angry with you. She said, why? I said, you have a jar of achar and you know I love achar. There is mirchi in it. You know I love green chilies. Why didn't you tell us? She said, but who told you? That is in a locked storeroom. I said, there was a lady. She wore this sari. The border was this. She had wavy hair. So my Nani said, how can you meet her? This person is related to me and she passed away years back in Pakistan.
Okay.
Then my Nanima was worried that I have started connecting to our loved ones on the other side. And I remember at that time there were no mobiles. You had to book a call. She booked a call from her neighbor's house because they did not have a telephone. It was a call booked for my mother. Then she told that my pet name Bitco is talking to, so tell her not to tell anybody. Tell her not to tell. So it was forgotten. I also never spoke.
But were you scared?
No, that is the best part. I wasn't scared at all. Not at all. So this is how this connect between me and our loved ones or our ancestors or now anybody's loved ones, I can just get connected and get messages. This is how it started.
After, did you start practicing while you were a principal or afterwards?
I never practiced it. This also happened by default. I was working and then there was one lady, she was in Chennai. She says, that is what she told me then. It was somewhere in 2009. Yeah. She says that I have been guided by someone to come and see you.
Okay. And did you know who she is?
No,
or
no,
a
no.
random?
Random.
Okay.
Random. She enters my office after that protocol of meeting the head of the institution. When she entered, I saw her with somebody whose feet were very fair, very beautifully pedicured. When she entered, I said, who's this lady with you? She just looked. She said, who's this? She was alone. I said, this lady has these traits. She's very fond of looking after her feet. She's very conscious of what she's wearing. And she's very pretty. She said, this is my mother. She passed away 2 years back. And then she sat and then she became a friend and then we used to communicate.
But I just want to ask, if someone like me wants to know when and where my spiritual awakening happens, how do I find that out?
You will have to find out yourself when we are in a one-on-one session. Because your quest, like you asked, it seems that there is a quest in you to find out your spiritual quotient.
Right.
And then when we sit, I can scan your energy junctions, chakras as we call. So once I scan your energy junctions, I will know which one is blocked, which one is opened. All these junctions have their needs.
Right.
Our energy junctions have our needs. Okay. They have their own needs.
Right.
They are blocked at times when the energy doesn't flow seamlessly.
Okay.
You have certain issues that can be physical, mental, psychological. Yeah. So once we rectify that, when we clean and shine your chakras, not we, when I say we, it is the person
and our
connection. It's not me who does anything, not at all. It is the other person.
If I want to feel full within me, how can I do that?
That is a process and you have to practice that process. It's not an overnight journey. First is, okay, you want me to tell you the protocol?
Yes.
Okay. Like, let's say you have come to me. First, I will scan you. I will not allow you to say anything about yourself. I'm not an astrologer. I'm not a numerologist. I don't predict things. I'll only be able to tell you that I see this. Once you agree, it can be fear, it can be guilt, shame, it can be sadness, it can be masking your emotions, it can be anything. Once I scan you, I'll be able to tell you that this is what is not going right in you. Once you agree, then we take it forward. And when we take it forward, layer by layer, the cleaning begins to happen. And once the cleansing begins to happen, the credit is not to me. That I want to make very clear. It is to the person, because that person delves deeper into himself or herself. And then once that energy is cleaned, you automatically begin to feel your outer world starts getting better. You must have seen people saying, nothing is going right with me.
Right, because they're manifesting the negativity.
Absolutely. And it is not that the divine, there is anything wrong with the divinity and it is not showering on you, or it is not your misfortune, or it is not your badkismat. No. It is only that you have decided to go to anchaha from manchaha. What is manchaha? Manchaha, everybody wants to be positive, prosperous, healthy, happy, calm, content. But why are we going to the opposite direction?
So when we are looking within, um, of course, a lot of vulnerability is pricked. What happens that time? How does a person feel?
There are four verticals in everybody's life. You will have issues either with health, or with relationship, or with money, or with career, or there can be a fifth relation, any vertical you can add. It can be name, it can be glory, anything. All these four verticals can be handled by your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions. So when you are pricked, you will first have to be conscious of the words you speak. Like, for example, you say, why is it that people are not kind to me? I am kind to all, but people are not kind. Now, when we are talking, I will say, you are kind. She says, I'm very kind. So you are kind. How do you feel? I feel good. But when other is not kind, you begin to feel bad. So how come you are kind? That means your kindness is transitory. It is based on the reaction or the response of the other. So first and foremost, stop claiming, I am kind, I am kind. People are feeling bad because the other is bad with them. अरे भाई, दूसरे ने तुम्हें गाली दी, दूसरे ने तुम्हें इनवाइट नहीं किया, दूसरे ने तुम्हारा फोन कॉल का जवाब नहीं दिया, तुमने किया ना? तुमने किस पॉइंट से किया? व्हाट वाज योर स्टैंड पॉइंट व्हेन यू कॉल्ड? यू वांटेड टू कॉल, you felt good. See, how can you feel good and have negativity? These two things don't go together. How can you?
But auntie, that is expectation somewhere. We expect people to do what we do.
So that is actually the cog in the wheel. How can you expect the same thing from the other? That means either you haven't grown, or that is an excuse. There are people, Saisha, who take this as a very big excuse of being sad.
There are a lot of people who are revengeful. Why does that happen?
But because they are not able to think straight, their brain is fogged, overworking of head. How do you break that pattern? How do you break that pattern? First, the person has to know that the person is revengeful. You will know that you can say he or she or XYZ is revengeful. The person sitting across me will take a long time to agree that I am revengeful. They will always say, I am revengeful because the other did this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I am a good person. All of us claim that.
Agreed.
Right? So, when we begin to understand our own selves, that I am putting the blame on the other because I am empty. Full people will not need to explain to the other. Full people will not be bothered what XYZ is doing. Full people will be calm, content, and happy.
Talking about calmness and revengefulness, I know of somebody who claimed to have loved the other person. But apparently, the moment they broke ties, that person became revengeful and did everything to hurt
the other.
In this scenario, is this like a karmic relationship, or is it just that the person is revengeful, that's why they're doing this? And how can we break free from this and detach ourselves?
It's a very good question. First and foremost, what is karma? What is karmic? Karam is now. You and I are talking. We are not gossiping of the other. We are not bitching about the other. We are not defaming the other. So this is karma. Satsang is karam. You have seen people going for satsangs and jibber jabbering everything. So they are sowing a wrong karma. I personally believe, and what I have been told by the divinity, like I can hear at times very good words coming to me to be shared with the other. Karma is what I do, not what you do. So, relationship, coming back to that, A loves B, they break off, and A is revengeful and makes life hell for B. If B works on herself or himself and begins to do forgiveness for the other person and begins to feel lighter, I'm telling you, by default, with remote control, you can heal the other. This is a very, very new dimension to what I'm speaking. There's a lady, I just want, before I forget, otherwise I'll forget. There's a lady, her child is in America, she's in Cuttack. Child became a drug addict there. She was very worried. She couldn't go there because of visa. The child was thrown out of the college. He was all through at home. She was worried he may die, he may commit suicide, he's depressed. So she came to me. I said, okay, are you ready to work for 31 days? She said, yes. 31 days you will not be anxious for your son. She said, it's not possible. I said, I'll make it possible. What you have to do, you have to wash your face, apply certain oils that I pray to on your junctions, sit and just see your child healthy, happy, laughing, going to college. She started doing day in and day out. And the moment and at times when the anxiety was more, she did more.
So it was getting manifested.
It was manifesting. It is you who can create. So revengeful people may be there, are there, I agree. But then when I am getting hurt, why am I allowing that hurt to hurt me more? It's like a buffet.
So how do you cut that energy?
It's like a buffet. The divine has laid a buffet for you. On the right side, there are things that you love. On the left side, there are things that you don't like. Why are you going to the left side? So why are you going over and over again and again to the revengeful person? How do you cut? By not talking about that person.
Similar to this, a lot of people nowadays, when they cut ties, they're jumping to another relationship. So is it multiplying our karma?
Absolutely. See, if you are jumping on the rebound, same result will come. I'll just replicate with an example. A lady says, after every 4 years, a pattern repeats. Now, she's blaming the circumstances for the pattern. No, she did not clean her standpoint. Now, like you said, broken relationship, jumping. So, what is your standpoint? Broken to
another broken.
It will be broken.
Yeah, another.
So, first clean your standpoint here. Fill yourself with yourself. Upscale your skills. Upgrade your education. Look after yourself. Get into your own chakra healings. Do space meditation. Be in awareness of the space around you. Once your standpoint is calm, you will be into a calmer relationship.
Has this ever happened with you or someone you know who's gone through a really bad past, but karma has come to the person?
Karma has come to the person means?
As in that if somebody has done wrong, after few years, karma has happened to them, same thing has happened to them.
I have seen people grow. I have seen people move from fractured to fullness. I have seen people get into an altered state by working on themselves. I have, yes, you bring me to, you remind me of, okay, a young boy, he's from Johannesburg. He says that I ill treated a lady, a girl, for years. I exploited her. I had no money. I used to exploit her on the pretext of loving her. And one fine day, I left her and went to another country without telling her where I am. So, duped her, ditched her. He says, when I went to another country, I realized that I was in the same pattern. I again, because that was the easy way out. He's an athlete, has good body, he's good looking. You know how the Africans are. So very good looking boy. He says I did the same. He left her, went to another country. He says now the tables reversed. He literally fell in love with somebody. That girl left. That is how he was directed to me, because he was totally down in the dumps. He wanted this explanation. Have my actions or karmas come back?
to me.
I said that if it serves you, please. He says it kills me. So I said, leave it, drop that part, that karma. You work on yourself now. Now time to clean yourself and move. Will you believe that same girl who left her, they have met not once now, thrice, in a different time zone place, and they are together again.
As we discussed karmas, now I want to discuss soul connection. How do you connect to souls, and what is it like to connect to them? Because not many people believe life after death. So, how do you talk to them? What is it like? What is that world like?
It's so beautiful that you are asking now. I have a member. We have a group on WhatsApp. It's called God's Consciousness. And on Instagram, we are God's Consciousness _GC. So I have a group member. Yesterday evening, she sent me a message. And some people call me Ma also. Some people call me Auntie. So whatever I'm addressed as is immaterial. But because I'm talking of her, I'll tell you. She just sent a message. Dimple Ma, yesterday my father passed away. Please pray for him. Immediately, Saisha, her father was 89. Every time he went to the hospital, she was anxious. She's an unmarried girl. She's 50. She has a brother who's also unmarried, and she doesn't have a mother who passed away long back. So father was the only anchor at home. She was always worried about him. So she's a regular person who would call me, message me to ask for time, and I would give her time. Yesterday when I got the message, at that moment only, I saw her father sitting with her mother and having adrak wali chai. And father not as old as he was
Where
now.
was
Yeah,
like
a few hours back. Young father, young mother having adrak wali chai. Today in the morning, she says, Dimple, I want to speak to you. I said, immediately call. I was in a session. I take sessions all over the country, world also, now pan world. So I said, I was in a session and I do sessions one-on-one on WhatsApp. So I told that person on the WhatsApp, I said, just hold. I have an important person to attend to. So I said, yes, call me. She called me. She said, Dimple Ma, you know what happened? I said, yeah. She said, your message that he's having chai with my mother, I've got goosebumps. I said, what happened? She said, he has been to the hospital so many times because of his age. Something or the other was cropping up. Yesterday, he was all hale and hearty. He walks up to the table, dining table, for adrak wali chai. Before he could have, he collapsed and he passed away. She said, I have goosebumps all over. कि you are telling me he is having adrak wali chai with mom. What was that? I really cannot explain that all this to you myself also. How it happens, I don't know. How it happens, I don't know.
So if somebody wants to find out if they are protected by their ancestors or their loved one, how can they find that out?
We can sit together and by we can get connected. Yeah. How I get connected, that I can't say. Yes.
When we spoke, we had a meeting, you told me about astral world. How is it over there? And you said, the for people who don't know, the body leaves and you go to another world. How is that?
I never knew I was traveling in that world. I was 16 or 17 years old. I developed arthritis. In fact, my hands grew crooked, my one leg grew shorter, and now I walk well. There's nothing like that. It was only because I was not allowed at home to speak about my visits outside of my body. Yeah, I was told not to because my mother and father must have had their own reasons and their own wisdom. A time came when somebody said that let us speak, and as I started speaking to my mother first, all this went away. It remained with me for good 2 years.
Basically, your emotions were turning into pains in your body.
Yeah, because it was not. It's an energy.
Right.
It was
You're
not
not
released.
communicating, right? It was not released.
So, out of body experiences have been many, innumerable. If you see on Instagram, there's a proper icon for my OBEs, out of body experiences. A time came when I would get up in the morning and I would tell my husband or my mother when I was not married that my feet are paining as if I've walked on pebbles and water. They are cold. I used to be walking with Lord Buddha a lot. I would be watching him tell people about energy junctions, and I would be sitting like a pygmy watching him. I still remember. And we went to Rishi Valley School for a sojourn. And throughout the night, I was with Krishnamurti, J. Krishnamurti. You must have heard and read about him. In that area, he's walking and talking to me in the morning. My whole body was swollen because I had walked a lot. So all this happens, but it's very, very sweet. The body does tell you that you have had an experience.
Okay, and how does that?
It used to be heavy, paining. A time came when the out of body experiences did not leave a mark on my body. Probably my body got used to it. Like, for example, I saw my grandmother, and there's one lady who's looking after my media, Taran. She has made a video on it. It is that I saw my nani telling me, she's standing on a bank of a river and she's telling me to tell people, bring your buckets. अपनी अपनी बाल्टियां लाओ, jug lao, dole lao, bring anything that you have and carry what you want to. And there is one person who's carrying a bucket with holes and she's laughing. And I'm trying to understand why she's laughing and what is this. She says there is abundance in the universe. Come and take. What you people do, the perforated buckets are those which are looking at the buckets of the others. What a symbolic way she told me about life, about the entire gist of life, that mind your own business. Throughout our lives, we have been told and taught mind your own business, but nobody told us how to mind our own business. So that stop looking into the vessel of the others. There is abundance. You want a bigger car, a bigger house, more gold, more fame, more knowledge. Please take it. It's there. But only thing is get tuned, get in sync with the divinity.
Also, it's said sometimes that it's a miracle if it happens, if a person is declared dead and then is alive after few minutes. So that person has, हिंदू में ऐसे बोलते हैं कि Yamraj said that we took a wrong person. So when the person is alive, that person has actually gone to another world and come back
You
from
have
there.
met that person?
I haven't met, but I've heard a story.
Must be.
Yeah.
Not evident.
But does this actually happen?
I think your time comes and you go. I lost my elder sister when she was just 28. I lost my elder brother when he was just 47. So whether it was their time or not, I don't know. But once they left their bodies, they have given me so much of wisdom to be shared. Like my elder sister's first words of wisdom, she went on 27 July 1984. 4th August 1984, she tells me, go and tell people to be kind and right to themselves. So, being kind and right to ourselves is what? I don't visit persons, places, things, situations, circumstances that pain me, that hurt me. Why am I scrolling that person's Instagram, the person who has hurt me? Why am I talking about that person who has hurt me? Why am I watching news which is disturbing me? So that was her first.
Often it's said that girls get bruises on their body. So it's said that you should wear your undergarments and shower. And there's something called Jinn, which if you're not wearing.
Dekho, what I know, what my experience of being with them is that there is nothing negative around. Nothing. When I am negative, I receive negative.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. When I am positive, I am telling you, I'll meet good people. And when I'm in gratitude, when I'm thanking, see the ritual that we follow. Okay, I'll tell you that in God's consciousness, the ritual that our members follow is, and that also came from somewhere to me, and I shared with everybody. Every night when we go to bed, we put our head on the pillow and we lie down and we see all emojis of smileys coming, and we take them in our body, and then we see all our cells jumping and smiling. Then we take all kinds of currency notes, we take them and we feel good and sleep. In the morning, before we put our foot on the ground, we release all these smileys and notes out. We smile. By default, it will come. You people start doing it today. You smile, you say thank you, and be in conscious awareness of these smileys and notes throughout the day. I can challenge you, you will meet only the good and the best throughout the day. But you have to do it. You have to ensure that the smileys and notes are, I'm sitting here, I don't know, but I'm feeling very, very positive. I feel I'm radiating. I'm feeling very charged.
It's reflecting on your face.
Is it? I feel smileys and notes are with me. I am in abundance. I am prosperous. And I am in gratitude. This is all what is required. ये जो है ना, ये जिन नहीं है.
One more thing I wanted to ask you was why people suicide, and if they do, what happens to their soul?
बच्चे, I'll tell you one thing very clearly. Why they do suicide, I don't want to comment, है ना? Because each person to his own. What happens to them, they are like anybody else in the other world. There is no punishment, Saisha, for anybody from them. They say, ho gaya na, khatam, start afresh. Why? You have divine wisdom. दिव्य बुद्धि दी है ना, हमें ही तो दी है, तो इस्तेमाल करो. हो गया. You and me are humans, we will falter.
So there is nothing called soul trap.
नहीं, कोई ट्रैप नहीं है, कोई ट्रैप नहीं. It's a beautiful world. As it is beautiful that side, it is beautiful here, as long as you serve yourself with what serves you. And nobody can serve anything to himself or herself that is not good for them. There are people who say, there are thieves, there are murderers, there are killers, there are alcoholics, there are this, there are that. Why are they that? I said that is their journey. They have come, probably they have come to add color to our lives. There is adventure, so that you know how to handle them, you know how to be with them, or you know how to disconnect with them. So this is just a variety.
So, is there life after birth?
I have not seen the people, I have not seen that somebody has passed away, and like my elder sister or my brother, they never told me they have been born there, they have been born. They must have been. I don't know. Due respect to the religious beliefs and faiths that say, I have always seen my sister, my father, my mother, my brother, young, healthy, happy, talking, laughing, like my mama ji was in America, Dallas. He passed away at the age of 89 or 90 recently. I got the news and I saw him with his mother, my father, my brother, my sister playing cards and laughing. So that image remains with me. I'm calm and content. I'm not getting into anything else because my wisdom doesn't allow me. And my wisdom doesn't allow me because my wisdom doesn't want me to be unhappy. And I'm very happy that I am divinely wise, like everybody else is. We all are. We all have दिव्य बुद्धि ना. हम उसका इस्तेमाल करें.
Just out of curiosity, if I want to know if this place is energized in a positive way or somebody protecting me, so could you tell me something about me as a person?
Okay. See, this place itself is very, very calming and very welcoming. It is. In fact, I'll tell you, all places are so provided you are tuned into that. What is bad or good or ugly or indifferent? It is the way I perceive. I shut my ears if there is something which is not appealing to me. You may keep speaking something like you want to connect. On one session, when I sit with you, I am sure there is somebody who is with you and is your angel guide. You can call your ancestors or somebody who loves you, is protecting you and is guarding you and guiding you.
Have you had any experience with a famous personality? Just like Sushant Singh's death was a big mystery and still is, and a lot of fans want to know whether it was a suicide or a murder. Have you ever been connected to his soul or a similar soul of somebody who's famous?
सुशांत का तो नहीं कभी हुआ, but yes, one day, like I love to enjoy sunrises and sunsets from the beginning, moonlight, I love. In fact, my father used to say that for me, that she'll be always found on the terrace, something like that. Yes, I was standing once, maybe 7 years back, and I was just watching the sun. So I just saw Muhammad Jinnah come down and talk to me and tell me, ग्लास की बॉटल ले लो, उसमें 1 लीटर पानी डाल लो साफ बॉटल में, उसमें 1 पिंच जीरा डाल लो, 1 पिंच मेथी दाना डाल लो, और वो पानी पियो. जब मेथी दाना और वो आ जाए, वो खा लो, और फिर भर लो पानी, बोतल धो के नया डाल के. I just shared with the group. And then many people said, ma'am, I've started feeling better. My bowel has improved. I am taking that since that time. I didn't leave. I must tell you, I'm a very obedient person. Whatever comes to me from the divine, I'll not leave. Whatever comes. So people started taking, and they started saying, ji, bahut acha ho gaya, bahut acha ho gaya. Like we've got certain oils. So these oils were being used for normal purposes. And one fine day, I get a message that use walnut oil for this, use apricot hair pack, use.
Can you share the defined messages that you have?
Okay. Like, for example, there was a girl who was having alopecia. So I believe alopecia is incurable. People say so, or must have been cured. I really don't know. So we have apricot hair pack. So what we did was, uh, I told her, you use this, because that was a divine message. And she used an alopecia when she has given her testimony on our GC page. Then it was not one person, so many people. Eyebrows came, hair grew. Then there was like almond crust, we have sesame crust. It was being used normally. But then the messages came, use this in a potli, add some garlic, and put it as a potli and give hot fermentation on the areas that are painful. People used, and they said the doctor is saying you don't need knee replacement. So certain remedies also have come from the divine. Yeah.
So these are the oils that you make.
My husband makes.
If somebody wants to buy, they can get.
Yeah, there is a website, www.trikutaoilsjammu.com.
Okay.
It's there. They are available there. But then they were just made by my husband, marketed by our daughter. And then this dimension came to these oils and all, and now they have really got a medicinal value. I didn't know about it. There was a lady, her skin started growing darker. So, once the skin changes color, seldom it comes back. So she came to me, she said, do you have a remedy? I said, okay. So remedy came, do this, do that, use sesame crust with boiled potato, add some mamra almond oil. There are various oils in Trikuta oils. So she used, and her skin got prettier and prettier and prettier. She never reverted. You see how it is? She reverted afterwards, but I had gone to a get together and I felt the divine was making me hear. People were complimenting and talking about her skin in that party. And after I heard about her, she came to thank me. So I said, I was waiting for you to come, but I have already heard that you've become the same pretty woman. So all kinds of such things have happened.
Is it true that somebody can curse you, do black magic on you?
Saisha, here I would like to differ a lot, because I'll substantiate with an example, a live example, because the devil or the curses or jinn, like we were talking earlier before the podcast, they are all within. When you are hollow, empty inside, all these will impact, or your circumstances are weak.
So you don't believe in Nazar at all?
Just put yourself in golden ball of the divinity and move. You are safe, you are protected. Have faith. As I told you, your feelings, thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Act. Put yourself in the golden ball like this. There's a family in Bangkok. The grandfather had 2 wives. The second wife was believed to have cursed the girls in that family. The second wife did not have any child. Later, she probably delivered one daughter from the same man. Now, when I pitched in that family, there was a girl in that family who was addicted to cocaine. She was there. Her sharing is also in person on our Instagram. Swanti. You can see Swan as she writes. I sent her a link to you. So that girl was addicted for many, many years to cocaine. She had recession of kidneys. She was buckling. She was dying. She was frail. She was sick. She was in pain. She had autoimmune. You name it, and she had. And when her mother approached me, I said, give me so many days. And we started working with Trikuta oils, prayers. And her mother was very, very sincere, doing everything what I said. Now that girl, one fine day, she breaks her bongs and she leaves. Her father was reluctant, in fact, scared. What will happen? Withdrawal symptoms. She said, no. Dimple Ma is there, no withdrawal symptoms. She has still not touched it. It's now almost 3 years. Now, when that girl has healed, now I asked the father and the mother. I said, now what about the second Dadi? Where has that curse gone? They said, we were always told that there is a curse of that Dadi. Now, if that girl has healed, why this has happened? Why? It has happened to the divine wants to loudly, clearly shout and say, when we are there, have faith, trust us, have belief. We are there to protect you. One more case like this. There's a boy in America somewhere. I've written his name. Boston. He was to declare bankruptcy. There were EMIs which were pending. His credit bill was not paid, and his house was not selling. He was blocked financially from all sides. He approached me. He said, "Auntie, save me." I said, "Are you ready to save yourself?" So first question is, are you ready to practice the process? It is you, it is you, it is you, it is not Dimple. It is not. I'm not a healer. I claim that yes, I hear, I see, I get messages, but I cannot heal you. You got to heal yourself. So I told him, I said, okay, why is your house not getting sold? He said, because anybody who comes to see, he says that according to Feng Shui, the steps are moving backwards. And that is why anybody who comes into this house will have sickness and financial losses. So he said, Auntie, even I had, when I shifted into this house, my daughter was sick and my financial health, you know how it is. So I said, okay, I don't see. Feng Shui, I don't see. I see that the house will be sold. Will you believe, Saisha, a Chinese lawyer, Chinese are the people who are believed to be believers of Feng Shui and the practitioners of Feng Shui, bought that house.
As we've come to an end, you've been smiling through the episode, and you have this bright, smile on your face. What keeps you happy?
The golden ball, and I am protected.
Right.
So when you are protected, you will always smile. किसका डर है ना? देखो, खाना है, सिर पे छत है, एसी चल रहा है, पॉडकास्ट हो रहा है, pretty person like you is with me. Am I not a rich woman? Am I not? So I'm rich, I'm bright.
It's all about perspective.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me over. It's been a pleasure.
Like,
share,
subscribe
to Dopamine High. I must compliment you for this dopamine high. I'm telling you, dopamine high is a dopamine high.
Thank you. Thank you so much.